gives you the giggles.
Alright, dog emergency has officially ended, so we're back finally. Alright, so, as I was stating, y'all are making your way through the desert. Questions, comments, concerns, tell me now, or forever hold your peace. Or be a cunt.
Rations?
Your rations are doing fine considering the fact that it's the Warforged feeding you.
Are they desert rations?
As much as you can tell, yes. They are a little crunchy at times, but you know.
So is it creme brulee or brownies?
Yes.
I'll take the brownies. Fuck you.
Mystery meat.
I want brownies now.
Just desert brownies.
Like dessert.
Oh, yeah.
First it was red versus blue that went over you shitheads' heads, and now it's actual, like, desserts.
Alright, I'm going to find out where I put my app because it is missing now.
Ah, that's nifty. Okay. So, you are maybe about a week and a half out from Yule. You're tired. It has not been a fun journey for you guys because, you know, after getting kidnapped by dwarves, getting your body switched, dealing with some fun puzzles, elementals, whole kit and caboodle, you guys are tired. You don't want to sleep on, like, a cot or anything. You wouldn't mind a bed for a few days. So knowing that you're almost there, almost to the finish line, and then have to deal with something else completely different. Yeah, it's refreshing. It's nice. It's cool. It's easy. And you're proceeding along, and one night comes. Y'all are just on one of the wagons that are being pulled along. You're all resting. It's about maybe, I'd say 2-ish in the morning. Not kind of late. Y'all are just trying to get some rest. When you're kind of suddenly like jolted awake, like the cart kind of just suddenly comes to a bit of a stop.
Oh shit,
And
we're stopping.
You just hear the Warforged caravan leader just kind of poke you guys and go, "Hey guys, you're actually gonna want to see this. Trust me on this."
There's no water here though.
No, but
So what do I see?
something not many of you fleshlights have seen.
Could I ocean it instead?
No. No.
Ocean it.
Instead of seeing it.
Oh my god.
No. Jehovah's son left here a long time ago, my friend. But yeah, he's just there, and oh, hold on, what the fuck?
Huh?
One of the audio inputs is
Yeah.
it's the Samsung, that thing right there.
Listen.
Yeah, hang on. No, hang on, I'm gonna. It was working before the. Interesting.
What is it?
It's a fire plug.
What?
For your bags, for your potato chip. Slow down.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll just use a different one for this time being. I don't know what's going on, but that's a different matter altogether. Anyway, it's please,
There we
There
go.
it goes.
please, stop.
Yeah.
Please stop. So he's just kind of standing kind of right beside you guys, being just like seriously, kind of just get up for a second.
Okay, we get
Alright, we're getting up, fine.
So you kind of notice that all the caravan are just kind of looking towards like the mountain range off to the east, and they're all just kind of leaning back, waiting for a second, just looking up. And the caravan leader just, as you're standing there, he just is to your side and goes, "So we only started noticing this happening after a little while after the caravan started being here. At this point in the deserts, like the sand here is kind of mixed somehow. We're not sure exactly how it is, but it's like mixed with glass somehow, like actual glass. And couple times a year, the moon comes in at the right angle, right about now. And, I mean, you're gonna want to see this. It's easier to see than explain, but yeah, not a lot of people see this. And as he's saying this, the moon does start to kind of slowly appear over the mountains, slowly coming up. And finally, as it reaches a certain height, the light just passes through the mountain. And it just seems to hit the glass mixed into the sand just right to where this, like, rainbow path just snakes along the different hills and dunes and rock crevices and illuminates just honestly this stunning almost gateway roadway into the mountains, illuminated by the moon, clad in a rainbow sheen. And you've never seen anything like this. It's stunning.
I can definitely tell you, I've never seen anything like this.
We know. Thank you.
Off the top real quick, Kenny, why is there 2 ones on this dice? And not a 20?
It's an unlucky D20.
I never seen that before either.
I wish you hadn't said anything and just went with it.
Heard some YouTubers that did that. Like, they would have their character be cursed.
Yeah, so now I have a weapon to use against you fucks. Be afraid.
It's gonna come in handy later. I'm sure.
Oh, for me? Yes. For you guys? Probably not. So. And you also notice that this doesn't happen, or this isn't happening for very long. As the moon is rising higher and higher, the pathway does start to slowly kind of fade out, or shadows start to overtake it before, after about 10-ish minutes or so, it just kind of blanks out. The caravan leader just looks and goes, yeah, this only happens maybe a couple times a year, but sometimes you get lucky enough to see it, and, well, we were in the right place at the right time. Goes to show there's some beauty out here, I guess.
Doesn't do anything weird to me with the moon, right?
No, it's just the moonlight hitting the sands at the perfect angle to create something beautiful.
It's always good to appreciate the small things in life.
Mm-hmm. I'll have you make me a perception check real quick, please.
24.
Sorry?
24.
17.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm gonna fail. 3 plus modifier.
What was that, Kenny?
13.
30? Okay. So,
4.
as everyone just kind of starts to mosey back into place and start getting things moving again, Chris, you notice, just kind of looking around the mountains towards the base of one mountain, just it's barely there. You can tell that they're very muted and almost like they're trying to like not be seen very much. You do see what looks to be a series of torchlights, a series of just like campfires, and they're not like, there's not very many of them, and there's maybe just like, they're not moving, they're not like coming racing towards you, they're just really far off at maybe the base of one of the mountains. And this is strange to you because officially there's no settlement out here like the next closest settlement is this small little village that you're going to hit in like maybe 4 days before hitting Ulay.
I'm gonna look at Doug and say, hey guys, do you see that over there?
Caravan leader just goes, what are you looking at?
See those fires over there?
Fires.
I start the fire.
Shut up.
I wasn't gonna say.
Huh. Never noticed those before. Interesting.
An encampment, maybe?
Out here?
Maybe. Is it close enough we can get to it? Maybe, Crash the party.
I mean, we are a little bit ahead of schedule, so that could be worth something to check out. I don't know what you guys think.
Do you want me to run ahead and see if I can find anything?
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
The last time you did that, we discovered a place that I'm not going to mention again. So, how about, sure, we go check it out. You stay with us. And you watch Babin.
Who?
The brain-dead moron that you convinced by pure accident to come with the caravan.
Yes.
Who?
At least you refer to him by name instead of just
Actually,
calling him
wait.
probably.
Let's have Ironkill watch him because he can sneak really well. And if this area is hostile, then we know to just leave it alone. That way we don't have to engage with him. It's useful.
I can also just try to summon a bird to check it out.
That works perfect.
As soon as you say bird, you just hear, "Ah!"
God damn it, that motherfucker. Where is it? I'm gonna eat you, you motherfucker.
It's just on a rock, maybe 20
Can
feet
I
away.
try to catch it and eat it?
Sure, go ahead. Make it acrobatics.
He failed.
5 plus 8, so 13.
You just kind of lunge for it, but as soon as you do, it just flies back off.
You can't
Better luck next
fly.
time, Kahal.
Not yet, but I can jump real high.
So that shit won't fly with you.
You set yourself up for that. You set yourself. So after that little event, the caravan leader just goes, "Okay, we're gonna go to this, and yeah,
You sure you don't want me to try and
no,
summon a bird?
Let him
We already-
summon, let him scout. It's safer this way. We've had enough bad luck. Come on, Doug. You know this.
my name's not Doug.
Well, where's Doug? I thought Doug was with us.
Doug is a separate caravan.
Now he's really not going to listen to you.
This whole time I thought we were with Doug in the group.
I've made it clear from the start. This is a very different caravan.
Yep.
Okay, what's the name so I know because I didn't know.
Phil.
Phil. Okay, so I'm just gonna say Phil. Just let him scout ahead, Phil. Just for safety's sake,
Alright.
we've had enough problems as it is.
Fair enough. We're just gonna start walking. You can just send a bird ahead.
So I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make it look like I'm casting a spell, and I'm just gonna hold my arm out. And-
They're already moving. It's like we're done with this shit. Let's just.
I can't summon a bird.
You can't scout?
No, that was the other character.
Oh,
I'm
right.
just being an asshole.
Oh my god, you sorcerer, I swear to god.
No, it's not a sorcerer. It's just him being a jackass. Him being a sorcerer has not him being a sorcerer has nothing to do with the fact that he is just a fucking cunt.
Oh my god. God damn it. God damn it.
Wait for me. I'm gonna start running up to the group.
I'm sorry, Phil. I got bamboozled by our bamboozler again.
That seems to be a trend with you.
Yeah.
How quaint. All right, so
I'm a historian, not an alchemist.
good to know. All right, so you start walking towards it, and the mountain's pretty far away, so it takes maybe a good 8 or so hours to cover the distance. You're still moving forward towards where you need to go. It's just instead of going in a straight line, you're kind of going at a bit of an angle somewhere else. So you're still getting there. It's just taking a little extra time. But again, sounds like you're ahead of schedule, so small little detour is fine.
Alrighty. And I'm just sitting behind, babysitting dumbass here. I'm just going to sit down, make sure it doesn't leave.
Can we kill him and then we don't have to deal with him ever again?
No.
No.
Damn it.
You're not sitting on him, because if you did sit on him, it would quite literally crush him.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, just sit on him.
No.
I'm just going to keep a hand on him.
Just keep one of your leg. Just keep a leg on him. He won't be. The dude has the muscle structure of a fucking twig. He's not gonna be able to move very
I
much.
just sit down and use him as a footrest. There we go. He ain't going to move.
He's like the guys in Avatar: Last Airbender with the ukuleles. The bad
Secret
numbers.
tunnel.
Secrets.
Those guys.
No. It was a secret cave that led to body switching.
Yep.
At least in this universe, it did. All right. So, by the time you get there, it's about noon-ish or so, and it looks to be not just a full-on encampment, but almost kind of like this small village. Like it's a very quite, and when I say small, I mean that in a literal sense, and that the buildings are quite small, like not normal human-sized buildings. As well, it appears that they've done a lot to try and make it as natural-looking buildings as possible, in that they're trying to make it blend in to the surrounding environment. So, like, as much as they can, things look like rock formations or kind of dug into the sides of hills. Just, it looks to be, again, a hidden village of sorts. Why? It's not entirely clear. What do you do?
So these villages they're not human size, are they dwarf size?
Around this size, but they appear to be a little smaller. I mean, we'll also mention you are getting into the dwarven half of the continent.
Right.
But this is also a section of the mountains that no one really gives a fuck about.
Can I investigate to see if I...
That's right, I left behind. You guys are there. You guys are like shouting, see if there's anyone around.
Anyway, as you were saying.
Can I roll investigation to see if I can tell if anyone's living here currently?
Go ahead.
9.
So there are some signs of life, insofar as, like, you could see that there were some fires that were burning pretty recently. Like, you can smell it pretty easily. So pretty recently, this place was used. By how many people, it's a little harder to say, but there was definitely some form of life here recently.
Should I try to see if anyone's still around?
Well,
Are you asking me, or?
No, Phil.
I mean, everyone at this point is looking, so he just kind of looks at you and goes, "No, don't do that. Don't help at all."
What do I smell with my natural perception and smell?
So, like with him, you can smell that pretty recently this place was used. And there are sense of what you think were living people, but you do not in the slightest recognize it.
So I don't know if they're dwarves or Dugar.
You have no idea.
wow.
Forest puppies.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
okay. Anyway.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. And make
Whenever you say that, I always have to just brace myself for a second.
The sigh. Oh, what is it this time?
I'm gonna make it as loud as I can. The sound of someone screaming. Thank you. We definitely needed that.
Nothing you notice appears to happen, except everyone in the group just kind of stops, turns, and just looks directly at you.
Well, we didn't wake anybody up, so nobody's asleep.
Phil just straight up looks at you and just goes, "There's gonna come a day when I never see you again. I pray that day is soon.
About a week and a half.
Like I said, I pray that week is soon."
I'm gonna start investigating the village.
Okay. So, I don't know where the other two went, but this is kind of important now. Where'd you two go?
Right here, sorry. Got my own medication.
Okay. So, where's Chris?
He's right there.
Right. So, as you kind of just go deeper into the village, you do hear kind of someone around like a corner, like around one of the bends, just doing something. You're not entirely sure what. And as you round this corner, you look and there's this very strange looking child kind of just like trying to dig at something in the dirt. And you pause for a second, and from one of the other buildings, what you can only assume to be its mother just dashes out and just kind of grabs the child and just picks it up, holding it very close, and just straight up looks at all of you with a mixture of fear, of panic, of horror almost. And all of you are shocked because you are looking at a goblin.
Oh.
Hi, friend. Didn't mean to scare you.
You don't say that. None of you can say anything because you are all speechless. All of you roll me a history check.
I'm gonna start running towards the area after I hear that scream, by the way.
You're already in the area. Please don't.
Oh, fair enough.
So what am I doing with this goblin?
Roll on history. 17.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Plus what? What's my history?
Why are you asking him?
I don't know.
I don't know. Mine's 22.
Gear?
Of course. 6.
It's fine.
Can't know everything.
So it's
What did you roll on the die?
17.
Okay, that's fine.
20, 21.
Okay, that's fine. So the reason you are all speechless at seeing this goblin is because officially the goblins should all be gone. And this goes back to an event in the continent's history, which it was kind of the big event of the past 1,000 years, where it was known as the War of Goblin Extermination. Very much so. Basically, after the last great empire fell after the Draconic Civil War, for about 1,000 years, things were just in complete fucking chaos. Like, life was in flux, magic was all over the place. It just wasn't a good fucking time. After that period, things started to settle down, and the predecessors for the nation states, the merchant states, the Dragonborn tribes, and the Dwarven clans started to emerge and start figuring out, okay, what are we doing here? What do we have to do? And after about 900 or so years, again, things were a lot more stable at this point, but they weren't good. They looked at it and said, hey, there are these things out here called goblins. They seem to be really smart. They're really entrepreneurial. They're innovative. Let's invite them in. Let's see what they can do. And I'm sure they can help. And they were invited in, and they, to be fair, jumped at the chance. And they did a lot of stuff. There was a lot of innovation, a lot of just craftiness that happened with the goblins in the fold. And they were also put into the pool of resources that the continent had. And it's one of the reasons why they jumped at the chance, because more resources means a better chance at survival. And understandably, their population exploded a little bit, which everyone looked at and went, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. More resources, more opportunity. Things are going to happen. The problem is the population kept exploding, and it did not stop. And yeah, everyone was pretty good at noticing. It's like, hey guys, calm down. Get this shit under control, because this can't keep happening. And to be fair, they said, oh, okay, yeah, sure, we'll cut it back. No worries. But it did not work. No one's gonna argue that they tried. They really gave it an honest go. They tried a lot of things to kind of curtail their population growth. Some things, if they did work, they didn't work for very long or not very well. Some things they tried straight up made the problem worse. And this went on for a couple generations, of course, before finally the leaders of the Dragonborn, the dwarves, and the various nation states kind of gathered together, and they realized, after crunching some numbers, if nothing was done about the goblins, within 5 years, the resources on the continent would dry up and civilization would shatter. This was not a comfortable realization. And they debated for about 6 or so months. They just trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and what could be done, before finally settling on that the goblins needed to be wiped out. It was not an easy decision, but they all took it. And thus began, again, what has become known as the War of Goblin Extermination, where the effects of this conflict are still felt on the continent to this day. Where for 3 years, it was almost constant and total warfare of the nations, the tribes, and the clans just wiping these people out. And finally, they appear to have done it, and the goblins were gone. And within a few years, sure enough, resources stabilized. And this had the effects that are followed. First off, the Warforged came from this war, because the dwarves crafted the Warforged, because they needed more soldiers out there that can keep fighting after the sun goes down. They didn't need rest, so they engineered them. As well, the dwarves and the Dragonborn emerged from this conflict as the preeminent powers, because they were the ones doing the bulk of the fighting.
So the
How long ago was this?
This was about 1,000 years ago.
so the Goblin War was World War II.
No, it was more like the Crusades.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was thinking of the Goblin or the other two as being like a Cold War thing.
So about 1,000 years ago. So 1,000 years ago, goblins were effectively thought of being extinct.
I thought this was gonna go somewhere entirely different. I was about to be like, don't say that.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, no, this...
Don't worry about it.
Why were you thinking that?
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it.
But, yeah, it should also be mentioned that all of the people involved, they were very much aware of what they were doing, and none of them, to this day, none of them have taken any pride in it. Because they are very much aware what happened was a genocide. There is no sugarcoating it, and they do not deny it. But if asked, was it the right thing to do, they said, they will say, a decision needed to be made, a decision was made, and it worked. There's nothing we can do to change it. We're not happy with it. We're not proud of it. But something had to be done. It was done. And here we are. Very much so. And to this day, in many merchant states, there are, if anyone finds any goblins, they are to be reported and either carted away or killed on sight, because they're not willing to take a chance anymore. Bear in mind, these are some of the more extreme cities in the merchant states. They are few and far between. But by and large, people basically said, yeah, if there's still any goblins out there, they are on their own and they don't want to be contacted by anyone. And after what happened, who can blame them? So all of you are shocked speechless, because so far as all of you are aware, there shouldn't be any goblins left on the continent. And yet, you're looking at him now. Now you understand why, when I was setting up this campaign, I said, you don't get to be a goblin.
Yeah. And now we know why they're afraid, too.
Very much so.
Does any of the other Warforged see this?
There are Warforged seeing this, yes.
Is anyone trying to take up arms?
They're still in a state of stun.
Remember, 1,000 years, they should be...
Allow me to break the ice. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to get like a piece of ice. I'm gonna break it.
The goblin mother just looks at that in just sheer horror, just thinking that somehow you're going to use that to harm her child.
Stop.
Was that a metaphor?
Yes, but start the
I'm gonna
conversation.
transform into like my smaller stealth form just to be less
Maybe be a
imposing.
wolf?
It'll be a
Yes.
puppy.
You're
Yes.
just gonna be a big wolf.
I'm still gonna be smaller than I am
You're gonna roll on
now.
your back, too?
I don't think
Slow
that's
belly?
any less imposing.
I'm just gonna like be as submissive as possible to try to show that we mean no harm.
Quick, Cahal, roll over.
I think they speak common.
The mother, as she sees giant wolfmen transform into slightly less giant wolf, just looks even more horrible because she's never seen. It's very clear she's never seen a shapeshifter before. So she just on the ground just kind of starts kicking away from you, just like pushing herself away, holding her child. Just
Sit.
As far
Sit.
as I'm concerned, I didn't see anything.
Can they speak common?
you don't know.
Are you able to speak, madam?
Do you need any assistance?
You're in dog form.
I know, but
So
I'm
you're
making
going
noises.
arf arf. No. Sorry. Borf.
Pretty much, yeah.
Borf.
Do you need help?
She is quite literally too scared to speak to you.
Okay.
She seems to be too scared to speak.
I
Thank
couldn't
you.
tell.
Thank
Do we
you.
have any like water or rations we can give them to show them we mean no harm?
You're in wolf form. You can't give us ideas.
I'm thinking myself.
I mean, you have supplies.
Alright. Is any of those supplies food or rations or anything we can give them?
You have supplies.
Okay. Well, I'm going to.
I'm going to give him a cube.
Yes, give them the cube that will just somehow go from their hand. You turn around, it'll just appear on the ground fucking behind you.
Yes.
That's not a very good gift. Okay, I'm gonna turn into my human form, which I rarely ever do.
Still quite scared.
I know. I'm just gonna basically like I'm gonna pull out food and just be like I'm gonna put it on a blanket down in front of them and walk away slowly.
Well, a
And
handful
tell
of
everyone to like
M&Ms.
walk away. And then just be like, I'm sorry we disturbed you, madam. We didn't mean to scare you. You're obviously terrified. If you understand me, we're very sorry.
Yeah,
And let's just walk away, everyone.
By the looks of this, we should probably just get the fuck out of here and,
Yeah.
yeah, we had two rare sights today. We had the moon hitting the glass, and we had goblins in a village.
That's what these things are.
Yes.
You know what goblins look
Yeah.
like.
Okay.
You, there are recorded pictures of them. So everyone knows what a goblin looks like, but in terms of what they sound like, what they smell like, all that. No one. There might be maybe a dragon or two that remembers, but no one living does.
As far as we're concerned, we did not see you.
I'm gonna take my friends here and Uncle Phil. We're gonna leave.
Yeah, at this point, the Warforged are just like, okay, this just got a little more
No, it did not get complicated, Phil. We're leaving.
Yeah, no, I didn't, no one expected this to happen, pack your shit, no. And as you turn around, you kind of hear the goblin just kind of scramble over to the food behind you as you're walking away. And as you kind of are going back to the entrance of the camp, you are surprised to see just kind of from behind one building, just one man just kind of walk out from behind the building and kind of turn to all of you. And he's wearing a white tunic with a sun emblazoned on it.
It's one of ours.
It's a sunlight cleric.
Hey!
Now, gentlemen, why did you have to go and make things a little more complicated?
We saw nothing, we heard nothing, we didn't even wake up this morning.
Well, ain't that convenient?
Let be praised.
Indeed. But you understand, you being here puts yourself in a bit of a predicament, no?
Doesn't have to.
Here we go again.
No, it does. It really does.
We literally just got done with this. I'm not having this conversation again.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Yeah. We are.
He just kind of looks at you and says, you walk out of here without hearing what I have to say, and all access you had and enjoyed from our order before is gone.
Is this
I
like,
didn't enjoy any access.
Is this one of the? Is this someone we know that's there, or is this someone else?
This one is new,
So we don't know.
but
So
he
do they
knows
know-
of.
Okay.
Yeah, across the order, they kind of know about you guys because you're dealing with a bit of another situation with them.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to say your piece. We are not going to disturb this village or its people. They are innocent, and we do not want anything to happen to them.
Yep, what he said.
If you need us to protect them, well, we're more than willing to help. These are the last of their kind.
The last of their kind here, yes. Cat's already out of the bag. This is only one of many highways. Ever since the war, we have been doing our best to take care of them.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little on the fence for you guys, but you really are the good guys.
We do what we can with what we have.
Do you need anything from us before we leave?
I need you to stay for just a little bit, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Nothing, no harm will come to you, and it's not like there's much of anything they can do to you. Just please understand the predicament we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
Please wait here.
Sure thing.
And the Warforger is kind of like, well, fuck.
Why do I have a feeling that this is not going to end peacefully?
No, it will end peacefully, but come hell or high water.
I don't have that feeling.
Oh, you haven't met the Sun Clerics, have you?
I've probably met some clerics.
You've met, you are the very least, you are aware of them. You may have interacted with them in the past, but in terms of like being known to them as much as these three idiots, no.
So before, we had a jackal with us. His name was Axel. But,
Kenra.
huh?
He was a Kenra.
Kenra. But here's...
Say that in character. It's like, don't you mean Kenra?
Don't you mean Kenra?
Yes, but here's the thing. So we're kind of under the employment, watch, and protection of the Sun Clerics.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I like them.
I know, but I'm just saying they're allies to us, and they've protected us, and they're helping us. So anything...
They also kind of uncovered a lot of a little dude by the name of Cypher.
Yeah. And let's just explain that to him so he understands everything, like for this character. While we're waiting, I explained to him what we have been dealing with, the god that we have found.
He's aware of Cypher. He's not too much aware of the Sunlight Cleric's involvement in such a deal.
And now he is.
I still don't have any personal dealings with them, and would, I still consider them frenemies at best.
That's fine. Just try to leg some of the antics.
No promises.
Once an asshole, always an asshole. Let's be honest.
Remember, dicks fuck assholes too. America, fuck
I'm
yeah.
trying to remember that, but we'll see.
Trying to remember what?
What, you don't remember Team America? We're doing managed democracy as we speak.
Bad fan.
For those who are not aware,
No.
we're playing a game. And you just lost it.
Worst fan.
Take 50 points psychic damage this fucking second.
Okay. I'll take 50 more seconds.
That can't be halved.
No, I can't have it because I'm not enraged.
It's also psychic damage.
Like, just suddenly as you're waiting, just this, what feels like someone jamming a goddamn ice pick into your skull just rips down and it's just like, fucking migraine.
But
Why are you bleeding
Max,
from your
out of
eyes?
character, off table. I said it.
You did. Why do you think I'm now giving you an additional 25 points of psychic damage?
So you agree that you did what?
I agree that I'm giving you more psychic damage. Pray I don't give you any more and just fucking kill your character right now.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
Pray I don't change it further.
It's our last session. We want to have as much fun as possible.
Last session for a minute, yeah. We'll get to it. So after about 20-ish minutes, as well, more goblins do just kind of start poking their heads out of their little huts, just looking at everyone with a little bit of just, I shouldn't say a little bit, but with a helping dose of concern and caution, for which none of you need to be explained to as to why. Lo and behold, on one side there just appears to be this glowing light that starts pulsating before another sunlight cleric just kind of teleports in, and you three recognize him from from your time in Abtita. He was the cleric you were dealing with down there is higher up. And it's been a few months since you've seen him, but you recognize him, and you kind of understand now. It's like, oh, this is what I was getting from you as to what you were doing that wasn't necessarily bad, but not necessarily legal. Okay.
I'm going back on the dog form to be cute.
He just kind of stares at that. I was like, convenient.
Actually, rather inconvenient. What if he needs to relay information?
I can. Bark, 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 bark.
Yeah.
Clerics cannot speak Doge.
Alright, I'm going back to my Krynos form.
As soon as you do that, a lot, you do hear a lot of gasp and commotion as the goblins witness this for probably the first time, and just kind of scurry back into their homes.
It's
Pick
okay.
a form and stick with
It's
it.
okay, folks. I'm a shapeshifter. This is not.
I'm gonna need to ask you to not do that again.
What form would you like me to take?
Just keep a form, any form, and hey, consistent, please.
Roland will be my voice. I'm going back to dog form because it's the least.
I'm not. When I said gonna ask you not to do that again, I don't mean you get one more. I mean, stay,
Kaha.
please.
Come on,
What's
stay.
terrifying?
I know I am.
Stay boy.
No. I mean, any form you take. You are terrifying. Just pick the one.
Just stick to this one now. So
I'll
we
be 10-foot tall werewolf.
Less scary than suddenly changing into something else.
Don't you think little doggo is
No.
less?
You're not little.
I'm only this tall versus like that tall. Fine. Okay.
And as he's walking up to you, a third sunlight cleric just kind of jogs up behind him, just being like, okay, this is what we're doing. And once again, you three recognize him.
Hey!
As the one Midnight Eyes assassin that told you about where Cypher was being ushered into the world. And he just kind of is like, oh, what the fuck? Oh,
What are you doing
fuck.
here?
This is where they shipped me off to after I made that deal with you.
Alright. So now you're a sunlight cleric.
Better than fucking ripping throats out and poisoning people, yeah. This way I get some peace and quiet.
Wow.
At
Are
least
you
I
accepting-
was getting some peace and quiet.
Are you protecting the innocent and actually doing good this time?
I am trying to. Now that you fucks are here, oh. Ugh.
No, it's good. It's
Well, this guy-
welcome back.
He just, the leader just kind of looks at him and went,
As long as you're trying to do good by the others, that's all that matters to me. Carry on.
Can we stay on topic, please? I'd like to get out of this town.
We're gonna be here for a while. We might as well get ready to be something.
What was that guy's name?
By the way, this is the person who tried to kill us. And now he's, I guess, an ally of sorts.
So I'm not wrong, they're just frenemies.
I don't use that term.
titles are irrelevant. We are here and we are doing our best.
I mean, he's got a job to do, and now his job doesn't include killing us. His job includes protecting you. And by
Not you, though.
He tried. He failed last time.
Protecting you? That is here to kill you.
No, failing killing us.
And now you converted. So, any more going to teleport in here, or is that it?
It's just me for this encampment, yes.
Okay.
You could say I am the one in charge of this one.
Max, the one you're speaking is that the one we know?
Yes.
From
Cool.
Tita.
From IT, okay, well.
Yep.
I'm just glad that you guys are here.
We are doing what we can for these people, yes. Obviously, it is not, he kind of just glanced around, it's not a good or an easy life, but it's a life. Wish we could offer more, but given the state of things, and the fact that Ulay is one of the places that has a kill on sight order on them,
Are you kidding me?
Ulay has many problems with going for, and this is the one that disgusts you the most.
It's just my people have been in a similar light been shown to be monstrous and kill on sight and just motions aside, history and knowledge, it just still to this day makes my blood boil that they still do this. They still hold on to these bullshit, antiquated belief systems.
Well, they are what they are at this point. Understandably, right now, not the focus of what we're doing. Not even back then, before all of the unnecessary rivalries and conflicts, the primary focus. But here we are nonetheless. So, how did you find this encampment?
There's fires going. We saw fire.
Which means other people could probably see fire too.
How many? And from how far?
You were about several hours away, and I could see you pretty clear across the desert in a clear sky.
But you have unsightly amounts of vision.
I saw it.
Yes, we'll both see it because we're both animalistic. We have heightened senses.
He just kind
I
of
don't
turns.
have an event. I don't have any, like, heightened sight or anything.
He just kind of turns to one of the Warforged. If you weren't looking for it, would you have seen these lights? Warforged just kind of shakes his head. It's like, no. Would have thought of something else or not even bothered with it. We've been going by this passage for, decades, maybe even a couple centuries, and We haven't seen shit.
That sounds like a good thing.
There, yes. Means that while there's room for improvements, there is still a good chance that this can go unnoticed.
What about illusioning away, like, any of this village for you guys? Yeah, I know it's a strain on someone, but if you take turns with clerics, you might be able to pull it off like a guard's watch.
We've been trying that, and it comes in waves depending on the night, depending on the season, depending on the weather. Some days we do feel the need for it, other days we do not. Last night, didn't feel the need for it.
You could get 3 illusionists to hallucinate the terrain.
Excuse me. That could work too. What's your name again? I'm acquainted with your compatriots, but you.
Oh, don't worry about me.
No.
What is your name?
Speak your name. This is a friend of ours. A good
But
friend.
not a friend of mine. That's the
He
problem.
will become a
He
friend.
won't be a friend of yours.
I am the great and powerful Nightshade.
You are not a nightshade.
No, that's just my last name.
And your first name?
Ezra.
Ezra Nightshade. Why does that sound familiar? Anyway.
Because I am the great and powerful.
He's a
Your
nightshade,
last
decent
name doesn't. Or your last name does sound familiar. First name, I've met about maybe 50 Ezras.
social. Tell him what you did in the dungeon. That was pretty amazing, actually.
Which dungeon?
What
The
dungeon?
last one we were in, when you cast 2 fireballs and somehow didn't kill everyone inside. I mean, us.
That was rather decisions. But also, I teleported away from one of the combats.
We should
You also do good tarot
we
card
should
readings.
also inform you about the Drugar we had to deal with. No, these people are more of our allies than anyone you could ever imagine.
You're not supposed to be telling anyone. You're not supposed to tell anyone that. That's gonna come back on us.
Either way, we have survived because
Are you?
of him.
You're gonna try to end our survival.
No.
I need you to back up for a second. Drugar?
Rogues. Rogue Drugar.
He's joking. It is a joke. Complete. good joke, Carl.
He meets guards named Drew.
Silence, please.
There's a guard named Drew. He was telling him that.
Please, all of you. When you say rogue, be descriptive, please.
Escaped.
Roll me a deception.
Deception. I'm telling the truth.
They did not escape.
Oh, they didn't?
No,
No.
they were let out.
Oh.
The first soldier was there with them.
Oh. Alright, so 19.
Okay. Okay. He just kind of looks at you for a second, just like. Suppose makes sense. Dwarves are a little preoccupied with things right now. Only makes sense that some Drugar would just slip out. But if what I'm understanding is correctly, there were some fiery words given to them. So, it is what it is. So, gentlemen, what do you recommend we do in this situation we find ourselves in?
Well, this is where I asked you guys need help.
At the moment, we are as contained and as self-sufficient as possible.
And then if you don't need help, we will not remember anything of this place.
That's mighty kind of you.
And of course,
Why are you
because,
looking at me?
of course, because you've been amazing allies in helping us pretty much every step of the way. If you need help with this area or others, please call us.
Officially, this area does not exist.
Unofficially, if you need help.
Officially, unofficially, this area does not exist.
What area?
Exactly.
But also, don't call on me for help. I don't want help.
I'll kill a dragon making that stream.
Yeah, so what area?
As soon as you say that, he just kind of looks and goes, if we needed help, then we have a bit more of a pool of resources than you, my friend.
That's entirely fair.
Indeed, indeed. At this point, as you're talking, more and more of the goblins have just kind of come out. Now that the Sunlight Clerics are there and talking with you, they feel a little more comfortable. Since these guys, it's very clear that these guys are kind of the head honchos. That they've shown up, and so now they're a little more comfortable. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that they've handled worse. They'll handle this. Okay, cool, yeah. So they're just kind of coming out, going about their business. They're still being very, 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 very cautious and hesitant around you guys, but they are a little more. They're still scared, but there is also an inquisitive sense to them because they haven't really seen Warforged before, so they're kind of looking at the caravan with a little more. It's like, huh, okay. And they're also looking at the betrunked one with just being like, what is that thing hanging from your face?
That's his nose.
That's my nose.
It's
Yeah.
ugly.
Quit being nosy.
He
You
just
just say he's got a long face.
the goblin that's looking at it looks at you, and their nose is like about that long, and it's just like, it's in the nature, fuckface. Do you not see this? Do you not see this fucking thing hanging from my fucking face? It's impossible for me not to stick my nose in some fucking things.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Good, means you have some form of intelligence, which I can't really say for the rest of your kind. Just kind of walks away. The assassin turned cleric just kind of looks and goes, they've never seen a tabaxi in their life, don't worry about it, they're just being shitheads.
House cat.
That was just an amusing
What?
exchange. That's all. I ain't got nothing to add.
So, yeah, they're kind of milling about there as you're talking to the clerics. The Phil is just kind of being like, yeah, we're not. Yeah, no, this is way above our pay grade. We're kind of getting a little behind schedule here. Can we just say what we need to say, promise what we need to promise, and just get the fuck out of here, please? Because, yeah.
We can still resupply here and relax for at least tonight.
Away from the village.
Well, it depends if they let us.
I'm in a minor illusion, like a sundial watch on my wrist, like, oh dear, would you look at the time? It's time to go.
Is it at night?
It's
Don't
midday,
ask
dude.
questions.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Midday.
I'm speaking to our main friend, Sun Cleric. So other than not ever remembering this place exists, do you need any assistance now, or should we just be on our way?
He kind of thinks for a moment, and as he's thinking, you just kind of hear a crashing of stone, and everyone just kind of turns to it, and at one of like a makeshift wall for the encampment, you just kind of see, having fallen over, just this one other you've never seen this guy, one other guy just in rags, just kind of having fallen over, just trying to look past the opening to see what the hell is going on here, and he's just kind of looking at all of you, looking at the Sunlight Clerics, looking at you, seeing the goblins. He just stares at the goblins, and then he just gets up and just bolts.
Nope.
And
I'm going right after him.
And the cleric just looks like, stop him
I'm
now.
already after him. How far away is he, and can I get to him in time?
He was about 90 feet away.
Perfect. I can get to him.
In one turn?
Roll
60
your-
feet. I can do 120 in sprint.
Your wolf form?
Yeah. In my Krynos form. My wolf form can go farther. My wolf form can do 160 feet and run.
That seems very.
Yeah, could you check on that real quick for me?
Yeah, I'm checking on it. Yeah. Sorry, I can do 100 feet in Kronos form, 120 feet in wolf form.
Okay. He still has a bit of a head start on you. He was 90 feet away, and he's already had a head start.
I'm gonna cast Phantom Steed
Okay.
and chase after him on my horse.
That
Fair
works.
enough.
All right.
I'm just gonna run.
Okay, so how can I close in on him?
You've closed in, but he's still, again, he was 90 feet away from you and had a head start before
Can
you
I
started.
lunge at him and make the rest of the distance?
Stop, friend. We
dependent?
want to be friends. We just want to talk.
Go ahead and make me. That'd be athletics, yeah.
20.
Okay, so you do lunge and you're able to just like grab at his legs and you do collide with him and it does cause him to stumble and tumble a little bit. But you know, you've fallen too. So it takes you a second to get up and you get a sense he's fueled by adrenaline, so he's just up and bolting.
Can I
again.
grapple him though? That I've gotten to be able to contact him?
Not if you fell.
Because you fell, no.
So, I'm on a horse.
Yes.
I'm gonna catch up. Once I get within like 60 feet, can I get a charisma saving throw from him?
Why a charisma saving throw?
Because I'm gonna cast Banishment.
That works. That'll hold him fucking steady for us, and we can just surround him. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's always up to the DM if it works. So.
Go Ezra.
That's a 9.
Oh, he's fucked.
So I'm going to happily assume that yes, that fails.
That fails. The CC 17.
Okay, yeah. So you catch up, you catch banishment. He's up and he's running, and as he's in like mid air, just like he just goes. That is the canon sound effect. None of you will argue with me.
Oh, I love it.
It does say with a popping sound. The spell says it.
Ezra, excellent. Good job.
Okay, hold on. No, excuse you. The fuck it does. I need to check this. Hang on.
Just like, you eviscerated him.
5E.
There's nothing left.
Delirium banishment.
No witnesses.
No, wait. That guy had a family.
Oh, so do these people here. And their entire life depends on it.
D&D Beyond does not say it. Let's see. You attempt to... Oh, no, there it is. If the target is native to a different plane of existence, and then when you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise. Okay, legit, it does say it. I am sorry for doubting you, but it's just... It's one of those things where like, it's too perfect. I don't believe you. It's too perfect.
I know this spell. I love this spell.
Well, to be fair, it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, it lines up too perfectly.
We're able to surround him now for that 1 minute, too.
Is he from this plane?
He's a human, so yes.
I mean, humans could be from other planes.
He is
but-
a human from this plane, yes.
But we could still surround him in the minute, so when he appears, he's gotten away.
You are correct.
Unless you stand in his spot.
Somebody grab one of the sunlight clerics. We have like 1 minute.
I'll grab the sunlight cleric.
I forgot the
59,
Sonic cleric's name.
58.
You
57.
never learned his name.
What? I thought we already done a lot of times.
In the
To,
assassin-
to this one? No, you've met him once, but he's aware of you.
One on another. Which one do you end
What about the
up
one
at?
that is aware of us that we do know?
You get this. He's kind of running behind you as a former assassin. You gotta have the feeling he's got good cardio.
Dedication to a plane.
Alright. Everybody gather around. He disappeared from this spot. He's going to reappear in some direction and we'll go ahead.
What did you do to him?
He just banished.
I made him disappear.
He banished
Permanently, or is he gonna come back?
He's back.
in 30 seconds. Get ready to grab this motherfucker.
The
Do you have a way to tell him or convince him to forget this memory?
I mean, I do, but it requires the head being removed from the torso.
let's not go down that path just yet, please. Like you
Which
can tell
direction-
this dude's just
Which
like
direction was
off.
he running? Let's grab these bandages and hold them like a line.
Oh my
Does
god.
anybody have any tape?
Actually,
The fuck is tape?
I got a
I
trunk.
do. I always have bandages on.
I actually have tape.
You
Let's go.
just grab
What
my
the
trunk.
fuck is tape?
Yeah.
It's sticky gauze.
My trunk is long enough. Just grab onto that. I'll lay down. It'll be a tripping roll.
Why are you guys always like this?
It's because we always are, man.
Anybody have a net?
I carry
I
bandages.
do. I do. It's part of.
I carry bandages.
You have it too,
Yeah.
don't you?
Huh?
Yeah, we both have nets.
Oh, you wheel
It's
something out.
Marines.
Actually? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just set up a net so that he'll run with the net as soon as he
All right.
spawns in and keeps running.
Nets up.
You hear a little ripping
Ian,
sound.
you're
and it
strong
just
as me.
goes-
Let's go. Hold the net.
Yep, holding that up. All right, nets up. Don't worry,
Well,
we've done
like
this
a
before. We're
bug-sized
professionals.
All right, he's coming back in 5, 4.
No,
3.
no, wait. So you're all set up and ready, and just with almost perfect timing to the point, you just hear a faint little.
Yes.
So
Yes. That worked out.
So straight up, it's one of those things where a similar thing happened. I think it was back up in the mountains where straight up Kenny banished the wolf, and I just said it with. He came back with a ding, and now it's happening again. It's like, oh, I gotta fucking do this now. Where it's just like, and then to the point, you just hear a slight little, and he just pops back in, still just kind of midair, just like, and he's.
Was that on purpose or was that on accident when it went
He's
ding?
got a soundboard.
I just found a quick YouTube 3-second clip of just the ding noise.
Okay, because like that broke me.
Broke us all, to be fair. You're fucking welcome, all of you.
Oh my god.
Almost as good as timestamp.
I fucking forgot about that shit. Fuck. Whew. Okay, before this happens, let's just take another quick break. Hank, just calm down. We'll be right back.
first. I was marking the first for you already.
To be a comedic genius. I love it. Alright. So. With the ding,
Yep.
kind of maybe about a foot or so in the air, he just kind of reappears, just. And. Executive decision. When you banish someone, whatever forward momentum they had, or if they were like moving, it just stops.
I'm gonna shove him into the net.
Well, more, it's just like he appears and he just kind of drops onto the ground, just straight up falls onto it, and he just kind of scrambles up only to see that he's just completely fucking surrounded. He's like,
They still have the net out in front, right?
very much
I'm
so.
gonna shove him into the net.
He just kind of somersaults into the net, and
Perfect plan.
and you know he's caught up in the nets. He's just kind of at this point panicked a little bit, just looking at us like, okay, giant wolfman, tabaxi, betrunked thing, fellow human.
Okay, I have to ask, is that ice cream and salami?
No, tzatziki.
Oh.
Why so much
Hey man, don't knock it till you try it.
Okay, no, tzatziki's good. I was just like, is that ice cream and cold cut meat?
Like I said, don't knock it till you try it. I mean, some people for whatever fucking reason like Rocky Road, so you know.
What's Rocky Road?
Ice cream flavor.
Yeah, ice cream and nuts.
Oh.
Or God forbid Neapolitan.
Hey, I like Neapolitan.
I like
Yeah,
Neapolitan.
Especially if it's an ice cream sandwich.
yeah, cookie dough.
Yeah,
Only
Jo-
if it's an ice cream sandwich.
chocolate still is always going to be the best, but regardless.
No, bagel flavor.
Oh yeah, everything bagel flavor. Yeah, that was an experience, man. Anyway. I hate you.
What's your show? Oh my god.
For those of you who can't see, it is a pine cone on a slice of pizza.
Huh?
Anyway,
Yep.
We're done for the evening. Good night, everybody.
please don't tell me. So, he's tangled up in the net. He's trying to figure out what he can do. He's just looking scaredly at all of you. It's like,
Don't worry, we're just going to talk to you.
For now,
For now.
as a start.
I do not believe you.
Well, I don't think you have a choice. So,
Men of the cloth here.
who are you? Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
Shut up.
I am Giuseppe. My father was Giuseppe, and he's dead.
I'm sorry
So
for your
why
loss.
are you here?
Do you think I'm really going to tell you anything?
Alright then, he's food.
No! Don't do that.
What? I haven't eaten in a few days, it looks delicious.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
I wanna know what he's thinking.
Was there any success? No.
So you just it's just a series of
Smash.
it's just that.
Alright, so I'm gonna take out my crystal ball. It's been a little bit since I've used it, so it's settled, so I'm gonna shake it off.
No.
At this point, the other Sunlight Clerics have kind of arrived. They see you doing this, and they're like,
Oh boy.
Look into my crystal ball, please. Now, I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing here? I'm still gonna be reading his mind.
and he's the first thing you hear him think is, what the fuck is this idiot doing with a snow globe?
not a snow globe.
How did you know that?
Don't ask questions. I am divining this through the snow globe. This gets a lot more painful. if
You
don't
just
talk
said it
about
wasn't a snow globe.
Is it snow globe?
So which is it?
It's a crystal ball.
But you just said snow globe.
I did not say snow globe. I said crystal ball.
You said you just said snow globe.
No, I just said crystal ball.
You said snow globe.
I did not say snow
You know
globe.
what?
I
We're
said
just
crystal
gonna let
ball.
me interrogate him my
At this point, you realize he hasn't been saying anything. He's just been thinking it all. So he's just been saying, it's not the snow globe. It's not the snow globe. And he's just like,
Anyways, why are you here?
just... He just goes, I'm just wandering through the desert trying to get to Ulay.
Can I insight this?
Go ahead.
Yes.
That, can I reroll that went on the crack?
Yeah.
I will allow it.
10.
So far as you're aware, you're telling the truth.
Can I insight him?
Go ahead.
Oh, shit! Nat 20 plus, let's
Well,
see.
not 20.
Nat 20s only count in.
I know, but I'm just saying
combat.
20 plus, hang on here.
Well, it's a nat 20. It's just not a critical.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just not a critical success or failure. Depending.
okay, insight would still be 0 for me, so it's just 20.
So far as you're aware, he's telling the truth.
I can't smell any bullshit.
I mean, you
That's what it's
kind of get a smell of some rank BO because it's probably.
Ah, seasoning.
Okay, firstly, no. Firstly,
Okay,
no.
Spanish
Secondly, no. Thirdly, no. Fourthly, no. Fifthly, fuck you. So again, the other clerics have kind of jogged the catch up. They're a little out of breath. You don't get the sense that they do much in the way of cardio. So they're just like, okay, what have you figured out?
He's on his way to Ulay. He's just passing through the desert. Why are you on your way to Ulay?
Because that's home. I'm trying to go home.
Okay. I'm gonna keep reading his thoughts. If he thinks anything different, just let me know.
Better question though, why run?
Yeah, why did you run from us?
Saw goblins.
And? What is that supposed to mean?
Ulay has a bounty on him.
Okay.
You're looking
He
at
he
that
just kind of looks as like, do I look like someone who's well off?
You look
The
delicious.
bounty on them could feed me for the rest of my life.
It looks like you could feed me for a meal tonight.
Can you
Wanna-
stop threatening the man I'm trying to interrogate?
Right.
Just let me ask the questions. Or ask your own questions, but just the questions. They're less cooperative when you threaten them.
He's already explained enough. Let's let that clerics see what they want to do with him.
I mean, he is a poor man, desperate, and in a desperate situation. And now his situation is dire. So,
The clerics are just like, we don't know him, we know you. Take care of him.
Alright. This could go one of two ways. You either join the Sun Clerics or I eat you. You have two choices. Pick one.
When they say take care of him, they don't mean join. They mean take care of him.
Well, I'm giving him an option to join them.
They're
yeah,
not
I was
interested.
gonna
They-
say,
Alright.
The cleric just looks at him and goes, we don't want him.
Alright.
How nice.
For those of you who don't want to watch this, turn away.
What are the odds that you, don't say anything?
Man's gotta eat. I mean, look,
man's gotta live.
he's stuttering. And it's just like he straight up does not know what to do.
Tell me about your family. We can tell them how you died.
It's at this point you just hear kind of from behind, because none of you notice, a little scream of no, and just kind of darting quite literally between your legs. This little girl just kind of runs up and grabs the guy. And it's like, don't hurt my daddy.
That girl
Oh.
goblin?
No,
No,
it's a
it's his
small little
daughter.
human girl.
Wait.
Moral decision now.
Okay, cool. So, dessert. What's
No,
You're not gonna eat him.
Hold down the nurse trick.
No, I almost said
Bro.
something. No.
Yeah, please
Roller, we're
please
not
be
air
careful.
striking, we're not
Yeah.
eating. We're not nothing.
I think it sounds like they just joined the village.
Well, join the village of goblins?
Yes. Extra hands, they get to live, they...
Village seems to be doing good enough.
You know what? If they do any trouble, the clerics are there to
The clerics have already said their orders.
yeah, deal with them as we see fit.
No, deal with them as in
There
dispose
are,
of them.
there are new developments
They said
now.
that.
Yes.
I don't care what they said.
There's also an entire village of extremely endangered species here.
I'm not going to eliminate the family.
On my notes.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
You could always go down the other way. You don't have to much.
I'm not going to let you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you either.
2 against 2.
2 against 2. Roland, what's your saying this?
Consider me not a good person, but I have my limits.
I like popcorn.
You like popcorn.
Or I like the popcorn too much.
What in the fuck does that have to?
Like watching drama.
So
So, Roland, what's your decision to deal with the family here? You know, the family that's, you know...
Roland, what are you and
Why
I
do
are
people, why do you think they're motivated to even turn in a bounty? Otherwise, it probably wouldn't, if they're,
Because the
Because
system...
Because they're starving and they have the resources to survive.
it is a man trying to provide for his daughter.
There's only 2
Do
options.
you need further explanation as to why he thinks if I turn this in, I will be able to take care of her for the rest of our lives?
right,
And the
exactly.
worst part, Ironkel, is that that's a lie. And then the moment he does, this entire village will be razed to the ground. Everyone will be killed, including our cleric friends. And then these people will still be in the same position they were when they left. If not worse, they might even be killed by the people that they go and turn this village into.
Why?
Because
That's
that's
how
how
it
the
works.
fucking world works. Both me and Roland are soldiers. We've been through several wars together, myself included. This has happened every single fucking time. I am almost 300 years old. This is constant. Alright?
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe not that cynical, but I'm pretty cynical.
it sucks that it is a child and her father, but here's the problem. We have an entire village of innocent people who will die
Yeah?
if these 2 fucking idiots live, who think that they have a chance at the world that does not give a shit about them.
They're just trying to survive too. They're innocent.
They
You
were
stop being
innocent.
innocent when
They
you
have a moral
decided to.
conundrum on their hands, yes.
There is no moral conundrum. This is a village of innocent people that they're willing to basically sacrifice so they can get a little bit of coin that they will not actually get. They will be killed as well as the people here so that the secret can remain that there is no goblins. But they don't realize that. But at least me speaking this out loud might bring some sense to them.
So what do you say? What do you think it's-
The man is kind of turned a little bit of blue because his daughter is just kind of holding tight around his neck. So it's
Sweetheart, keep holding him there. You'll just make my job easier.
Yeah, maybe want to release his neck. He's starting to suffocate.
If we can
No. Let her go. That makes my life easier. I don't have to get blood in my mouth twice.
Can you not eat the corpses?
I don't eat humans. I can kill them, but I don't like eating them
then why do you say you're going to eat them?
because it scares them.
figure of speech.
So, Chris, please remind me again, what is your alignment?
I'm chaotic good.
I'm going to need you to change that to chaotic neutral.
Join
because
me on the chaotic neutral side.
because the whole I'm just going to scare them and that I'm going to eat them. There's nothing fucking good about that, my guy.
If they listen to reason, though, and I don't have to go to that resort, then I guess you could say it is chaotic.
I'm going to need you to change that.
Hey, I've been getting darker and darker since Fenrir's been in my chest, remember?
I'm aware.
That's an entire
What?
game.
Like
Right,
I've
the alignments
said,
can change.
change it.
This village won't even be here by the time
I
we
am now
get back.
chaotic neutral,
Good.
and not even aware of it.
No, you're a werewolf.
Yes.
Unless they're brainwashed, all good become neutral eventually.
All right.
So what do you do?
So now that I've explained the situation, can you please continue choking your father to make my life easier?
She's let up at this point, and he's just kind of going.
Did you hear anything I said?
I was kind of being suffocated. So
All right. I will repeat it again, and I repeat what I just said.
Okay. So, it's either the chance that my daughter survives or the certainty that we don't.
What? No, you can say. You can probably be.
If
allowed
you
to stay in the
plead
village.
your lives to the clerics, and maybe, just maybe, they will then change their tune about killing both of you, then maybe you have a chance. If not,
Let's just say if you do anything different, we'll know.
no. They aren't leaving here unless the clerics say so. That doesn't mean anything else. Because right now, we have to prevent this village from being razed, and I'm sorry, but I have a lot of blood on my hands, and a small child and her father do not in any way change that.
Okay. Can you two watch him and make sure he doesn't do anything rash?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get the clerics and.
Good.
They're still there.
Oh.
Turns around and gets.
There's a kid involved now.
If you need to subdue those who are not willing to let what happens, by all means, it's your orders.
So, I've heard that there is now a child involved.
I'm not killing kids.
I've heard that there's a child involved.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not hearing any other propositions.
They can stay at the village. Help the goblins.
Better than begging on the
Extra
streets.
hands. If they don't have
Silence. You can do magic. Yes, you can read thoughts. And hence the snow globe.
the crystal ball. No, I'm just
Snow
walking through the
globe.
crystal ball.
Stop.
Snow globe. It's a snow globe.
It's a crystal ball.
It's a snow globe.
It's my arcane focus.
Snow globe.
It could be both.
Close those windows. Let's see in here.
No one knows, right?
I'm going to ask them a couple questions. At least the child. Child's going to be a little easier. Please listen to the thoughts. Can you do that for me?
Sure.
Will you do that for me?
Yes.
Are you going to do that now for me?
Yes.
Then do it now for me.
I can still read thoughts.
Can he read minds at all, the cleric?
The cleric didn't. I mean, he's asking him to do it, so.
I'm just gonna intently look at him like, please don't make me eat this child. I'll eat
He,
it.
he just kind of gives you a blank stare, like. Yo, stank face needs work. And there's the counter.
My stank face
You're
needs work.
staring.
Yeah.
Dope globe. No, it's not a globe. It is a. It's a snow globe. It is a snow globe. It is not a globe. It is a snow globe. There's a difference.
It's a crystal ball.
No. It is established fact. It is a snow globe. The cleric just kind of comes down, kneel, and just squats down in front of the child. He's not trying to be subtle or anything. He's just straight up kneeling down, looking at her dead face. And he just goes, "Child, do me a favor. Can you tell me of your family?" And she just goes, "It's just my daddy and me."
I'm gonna read the thoughts.
She's just thinking about her and her dad. So far as you're seeing, it's just the two of them. Do you have a mother, child? She shakes her head. No thoughts or anything of a mother come to mind. It's just always been, so far as she can remember, her and her dad. Are you going to Yulei, my child? There's a memory in her head that pops up of her dad telling her, once we get to Yulei, things will be better. I promise. Last question, child. How long have you been going from wherever you've been to Yulei? And she does not know how long they've been going, so it's kind of clear to you it's probably been longer than you guys have been going. So quite some fucking time. Maybe 3 to 4 months.
Why are they going to Yulei though?
Better life, better promises. That's usually how it goes.
So, Yulei is the biggest port known on the continent.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, it is kind of the gateway to all the other continents. And therefore, it is kind of the richest city on the continent. Possibly on the planet.
But just see that has to kill the
Oh, trust me. We'll get to that. The cleric just stands up, looks at you and says, "What would you know?"
She's telling the truth.
What else is she telling you? Details.
They've been on the road longer than we have.
Alright. And what else?
That was it. What do you mean?
Any other details of her? Her life hangs in the balance.
I don't think that my spell does what you think it does.
Is she innocent?
That the spell doesn't tell me that. I can only infer what.
Inferring from what you've heard from her mind, from the questions asked, how is she innocent? Is she
She's a kid. Yes.
And I've had kids with explosives come towards me, knowing full well what was going to happen.
In real life or in game, please
In
describe.
game, more.
Um,
And real life too, but yes.
okay.
These are different circumstances.
Alright, we'll say she's innocent. Enough.
The cleric just rubs his chin. He looks to Mr. Assassin. He just says, "Do you think another pair of hands could help?" Assassin just goes, "Certainly can't hurt."
Can I ask a question here?
In-game or off?
In-game.
Alright. Go ahead.
Both are starving, you're willing to destroy an entire village of innocent people just to get ahead. What if your entire needs could be met by being with the clerics? You'd never have to worry about famine. You would never have to worry about having the blood of hundreds of innocent people on your hands or your heads. And you could be good people and do something good for the world. Wouldn't that be a better choice than going to this wealthy city of pretty much evil, in my opinion, based on what I'm seeing here?
I can join, but she can't.
Why can't she?
It's at that point you kind of look at her and you kind of notice that she, even though she ran up to her dad somehow, she's blind in both eyes.
That's perfect.
What do
A
you mean?
blind cleric?
Oh.
No, The Sunlight Clerics, they help the needy, but they do not let the needy join because they ask too much of them in order to join. Like, the duties and tasks require a lot more than they can give.
Maybe she's one of those prodigies that can summon the gods before her.
She just...
Oh, that's a stretch.
Hey, I survived being stabbed through the chest by some warlock, and now I have a god in me. Miracles happen.
The cleric just kind of sighs, walks over, and just kind of places his hand on her head. She just flinches back, but stops after a moment. You notice that his hand closed for a second. There's no magical potential in her.
Well, assassin, you now have a second pair of hands that can become a blind assassin for you.
He just looks at you and goes, okay, first up, that's fucked up.
What's the other alternative? We kill her?
No!
We find a place for her in the city.
She can still help out around here, just because
And we can find a place for her in New Lake.
she has other senses, hearing and smell. She was able to find her father without sight, so she's able to do other things. I was the runt of my litter. Look where I am now.
Yes, a hulking rage monster
Correct.
who apparently wants to eat people now.
I don't know why those feelings have come across me. It's weird. I'll just accept them.
Seek therapy. Finally, the cleric just goes, we can't have them join, but I suppose if they're willing to stay, willing to work. He kind of just glares at the father, and the father just goes, fuck off.
Is it a gnat? It is a
You
gnat.
can close the windows.
That's
Max, if you
looks like a
want.
mosquito, honestly.
Close the windows behind you.
Yeah.
Finally, just says, all right, they can stay if they behave. Again, the father's just like still tangled in that. Just can someone help me out, please? Please.
Sure.
Yeah.
You disentangle him from the net. He is disheveled, but he kind of understands. Like, I can't go, can I? Yep. No, if I run, I'm fucked. So, lesser of two evils. Coo.
It's not a matter of how painful he wants. Or it's not a matter of if he dies. It's how painful he wants it to be if he dies.
You get the feeling so long as he's with his daughter, he does not give a fuck so long as she's taken care of.
Well, another problem solved.
We didn't have to kill him. I'm happy with that result.
You said that you were about many, too.
That's just intimidation talk. Don't worry. I've been around long enough.
Only Ron understands.
Roll me wisdom on that, Andy.
I incite the hell out of that.
Let's see the.
That's a lot of wisdom for bonus.
Is it?
Yeah, because you're a wisdom modifier too, aren't you?
Hi.
It's gonna be 18 next.
18?
Yep.
You're not sure of that, actually.
Good.
Very much so inside check that and see if he's telling the truth.
16? 16.
You get the sense that he's not sure of that anymore.
I don't believe you.
Well, I mean, that's your problem. Not mine. I mean, I can only prove it as time goes on, so. Cahal won't disappoint me. Right, Cahal? Right? Right? You know I'm right.
I would sacrifice those 2 humans for this village. Just like I would have sacrificed humans or any other species for my village if it meant saving it.
You were talking about killing somebody, though.
That's sacrifice.
See, just like I said. All right.
I'm not going to support you on that.
That's fine. You don't have to. And I'm not expecting you to. Soldiers have to make difficult decisions. Leaders have to make worse. Not everyone's happy, not even leaders themselves.
What do you do?
Can we leave now?
So you just kind of walk everyone back into the village. The caravan's just still there. It's like, can we leave? Can we please fucking
That's the
leave?
same thing.
Can we please just fucking leave?
I
now?
agree.
Leave.
We can leave.
Now,
Cool.
Skedaddle.
the thing before we all go is we have saw nothing here. There is no goblins. And if anyone wants
Yes, we will never hear nothing happen. What torches, what lights? No, goblins, they're all dead. Yeah, cool. Walk.
Why are you looking at me?
can you do it? No.
No. Does he look like he have tentacles?
Does it? What spells do you think I have? Like just a little bit of everything?
Yes.
No!
Well, then tell me what spells you have, and that way I don't
You're all
have to ask
magical and
questions.
stuff. You don't have one?
I'm gonna take a really deep breath. I'm just gonna start rapidly and in one breath list every single spell that I know.
Okay.
None of them have to do with memory wiping.
Alright. Well, let's just hope that they don't get captured and tortured for information.
That'll be fine.
Look, there's nothing we can do about that.
Well, we can protect them. That's
Look, again, we'll be far away. There's nothing we can do about that.
As we're all walking away. Back to the caravan. And heading out. Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm very glad I didn't have to eat a child.
I'm very glad, Joe. I think we're all glad.
Yeah, I'm just...
It wouldn't happen either way.
So, as you're walking, you just... everyone's just kind of still poking out, just waving slightly as you all walk away. You just kind of hear Phil just kind of muttering, it's like, these 2 fucking months, I fucking swear to God, with these idiots.
Hey, just
Next
think
time-
about us.
Next time Underground Sunlight needs a favor, I'm gonna tell them to go fuck themselves. And that comment perks your ears.
Does it?
Yep, because Underground Sunlight, you recognize that name.
What do I recognize it as?
You recognize it as Yulei's underground anti-slavery movement. Something you've helped out with being anti-slavery yourself.
Probably.
Given my history and war and everything else, would I know about this movement as well?
I didn't plug my camera in. Huh, whatever.
Given the fact that I've always been a freedom fighter helping out the needy.
Roll me intelligence.
18.
You've never heard of him.
Are you kidding me?
You've been in a village for like the past 60 years.
It's also underground anti-slavery movement. So
Pretty sure like
you
this
probably haven't heard of
area.
them before.
Pretty sure this area is like my character's home.
True.
Yep.
Doug, can you say that name again? The underground what?
Underground Sunlight.
What is that?
Oh boy. You guys have a lot to learn.
Yes.
Especially going into this part of town. Shit. Alright. Well, it's a good thing that we have maybe less than a week left. There's a lot to go over. And with that, we'll call it a night. Alright.
That was a good session, Max. Good way to end on it, too.
I mean, we had so many good times this session. Just like the whole
Yeah, that was great, man. I thought that was just random, and that's what broke me. Well played.
Very much so.
Played. And then, Kenny, these amazing asshole dice are wonderful.
I'm so mad that you said something about it before the session was over. I saw you still looking at it, and I should have sent you a message. If you see it, don't say shit.
You should have done that. You know how smart I am, goddammit. I am all about the puzzles, and I'm like looking at this like, wait a minute. These dice are rolling.
That doesn't mean we can't give them to someone else, though.
No.
They're ours now. Deal with them.
Dude, and they're really well built, too. Like, they're weighted properly, too. So
Yeah, I have to make really good dice. It's just they don't have a 20.
Now, my question is do you use an infill or are they solid? I think they're... No, wait.
They feel like they're solid.
Yeah, they're solid.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
And it's not like you save that much for something that small.
No, but it can actually fuck with its weighting, so it goes to different sides.
Mm-hmm.
My plan was to give these out on March 31st because Monday was April 1st. And it was Happy April Fool's Day.
Hey, it still works. I'll call it my birthday present. I love it.
It's the first die.
So, anyway, thanks everyone for showing up tonight. It was definitely a pleasure. Moving forward, we are going to go on a bit of a hiatus for the foreseeable future. We will be back in some way and in some form. Now that'll get figured out later, but yeah, just need to take a bit of a break from things. So one day we'll be back. We're nowhere near done with the story, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of good times. So just gonna go get some sleep.
And if we're lucky, we'll be able to bring Uncle Taco with us this time.
We'll see. I'd love to get him in on this, but we will do what we can do with what we have. So until then, thanks for enjoying the story. This was the climax of this little mini arc. So now we enter in to Yulei and see where things go from there. So thanks everyone for joining. It's always been a pleasure. We'll see you next time. And as always, Skull, be well.